Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. Hmm, Before I get started, two things. I want to sit there and give a huge shout out to Lakia because she wrote a comment on my getting 1,000 subscribers, and she's been doing this for a hot minute. So the fact that she decided to take time out, probably subscribe to my channel, and saw that really meant a lot. So, huge shout out to her. If you have not watched her channel, she does all four just like I do. And she's a lot nicer than I am, which kind of leads me to my second thing. Well, she's a lot nicer than I am. So, um, yeah. If if you really like this episode and you don't really want to take get my hot take on it, because I'm not going to be as nice as Lakia, you should definitely hit her up. And if you start to say thank you, but this is where it gets a little kind of hot and cold for me because it was things that I really did like about this episode, and it was things where I was just like, Jesus Christ. Let me get to the things that I like first. That was, of course, the Deacon and Sheila part. Sheila comes over, and Deacon's like, yeah, no, I'm like, I don't want you nowhere near me. Like, I'm on parole, right? Like, I can't get busted. I'm not losing my freedom or anything like that for you. But I don't know if it was the puppy eyes or, the fact that she did look out for him when he didn't really have anyone in town. But he did want a covering for her when Baker came to the door. After Baker left, he was like, yo, listen, after this, you have to kick rocks. And of course, she did her whole, woe is me, I didn't kill anyone, I'm not a murderer, I helped you, and love to throw something in his face, I helped you out when no one was there for you. Listen, okay, because the true measure of a friend would never sit there and throw in your face of all the stuff that they did for you. Because when they do stuff like that, they don't do it to collect points. They don't do it to you know what I'm saying? Like they don't do it as a weapon or anything like that. They do it because it's out of the goodness of their heart and because they love you as a person. Sheila, on the other hand, is like, well, see, I did this stuff for you. You want me to beg? No, he wants you to kick rocks. Okay? Hell, let's be very clear. Anything that Sheila does at this point, moving forward, they're gonna sit there and blame Deacon. Hope is gonna blame Deacon. Hope is gonna probably be like, I don't want no parts here. Brooke is gonna sit there and blame Deacon. Taylor is gonna want to blame Deacon. And at some point, when Taylor and Deacon gets together, he's gonna be sitting there scrambling to sit there and cover up that secret. But that'll be some fun for the next time. But again, what he did today will come back and bite him in the ass moving forward. So yeah, after that, he winds up leaving. He was like, yo, listen, when I get back, I want you gone. He's like, I got nowhere to go. Oh, that's not his problem. Kick rocks. Kick rocks. Maybe she can go to Genoa City and start stirring up trouble over there. The parts with Zende, Brooke, and Hope was absolutely pointless. It was. It was literally just pointless. There was no point of them being there today. There was no point of those actors being there today. They didn't really do anything. They didn't really add anything to the story. They were just there for filler. All of them. All three of them. So remember when I said yesterday that, their reunion was nice, it was sweet, it was understandable. And I meant that yesterday. Okay. Then we got to a point where I mean, listen, I still felt like the music was overly dramatic, and he really. If you thought they touched on it yesterday, oh, they play that theme song throughout most of their interaction, and it's just you get to a point where you're just like, I get that this is a soap opera. I do. I get this is a soap opera. So there's going to be a little bit of cringe in there and, sappiness. But I mean, I felt like I was watching a soap opera from like 1970 something or 1870. And whenever soap operas first originated, it was just like, earlier it's out there like, okay, we're still going with this. Okay. All right, cool. So after she asked a ton of questions, of course, Ridge and Taylor do what they do best. Yeah, at this point, they're just on auto repeat. Steffi and Taylor. I mean, Steffi and Finn, and Steffi and Finn, and why can't we find our daughter? I was like, yo, calm, relax yourself. Her kids are there. Like, but we gotta sit there and fight. You need to just, like, maybe you need to switch to decaf. This is exactly why I don't generally do coffee. Okay? Exactly why I don't generally do coffee, because also I just have this whole fear of not being able to sleep. Even if I had coffee at like 9 o'clock in the morning, I feel like that would just be in my system all day, and I would just not be able to sleep at night. And I don't need that. Um, they just don't know how to repeat. Just talking about Finn and Steffi, and eventually they come back to the house and they all see each other and they take pictures, and then at some point they all get together again, or the kids come in there, and at that point they start playing that overly dramatic and super sappy music, and it was just like, yep, okay. So on one hand, listen, if you love the scene and you're a real fan of those characters, it'll work. Okay, it will work. Okay. I just kind of just looked at it like, yeah, this I'm like, it's way over the top. Even for a soap opera, this is over the top. I'm trying to, you know what? I'm trying to be nice. Okay, I really, I guess I was sort of nice. I don't know. In the beginning, it wasn't. It was fine because they just did it for a little bit, and her reaction was genuine. It was nice. But after a while, it was like, all right, this is a little bit too much now. We can tone it down on the music a little bit. We're not in 1970 or whenever the hell these soap operas were made. Let's. I mean, honestly, so I feel like that's about it. I really do feel like that's about it. Now, they do talk about Sheila throughout that time. Brooke and, well, Zende was just there for a paycheck at that point, but Brooke and Hope was meant to talk about Sheila because she's still on the loose, and man, they're gonna be disappointed when they find out that Deacon knew, and that's the whole other thing. This whole time, Deacon was like, "Yo, listen, I don't know where she's at. I don't know where she's at," and Hope was like, "Yeah, I believe him." But the minute that they find out that Deacon knew, what else was he lying about? How many times was she hanging out there this whole time? Like, he's gonna be so screwed, so screwed. And the sad thing is that I don't know if he can actually recover from this. I guess he's gonna have to get shot or something because I don't see any. Like, once it comes out that he knew, I don't see how like he can move up from this at this point. Anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video.